The text that I'm going to put in the middle and any repositioning is going to be the last stage for this particular graphic. You're going to grab your type tool, you're going to type something. It's going to show up temporarily as fake Latin. I would suggest the word spring. And you're then going to make it big enough and in a font that shows up well enough that it works. I'm holding the shift key down while I'm scaling so that I can control this a little bit better. You can always come up to the character area and adjust the size there, but it's hard to know how big you need it, and that's one of the really nice advantages to going to the corner and just scaling it up and down until you like the way it looks in terms of your type size. Now the character window is where you're going to pick your typeface. I need you to keep one thing in mind. I do not have the same type that you guys do. So your final version of this project needs to be a PDF. If you turn it in as an Illustrator document, I will not see it with your text in it correctly. I will see a replacement text, and I would like to see this the way you intended it. So go through, keep that in mind, pick something that you think has a good look to it. It shouldn't be crazy thick, and it shouldn't be too serious looking. And just in general, pick something that you think has that feeling. I just picked Hobo, which is not my favorite typeface, but it actually isn't terrible in this particular context. And it doesn't have any deep descenders, which is makes it a little easier to use. So I don't have any parts that are sort of hanging down and overlapping the eggs, which is kind of a nice thing if that is something that bothers you. So the last thing I'm going to do for this is pick something different color-wise that will show up, but that isn't as harsh as the black. The black is just really terrible for this one, and I can totally pick from anything that I've got over here. I think, if I had green anywhere else, I think spring in green makes a certain amount of sense. I could pick a dark purple. I definitely have enough purple happening anywhere else. The idea in general, by the way, when you're picking color, is make it different enough that it stands out, but not so that it's sort of, where did that come from? And that was the problem with the green. It came out of nowhere. It is inappropriate as a result. I have a lot of purples elsewhere. This purple is dark enough that it works, and so it may end up being my choice. If I go for a lot of other ones, I run into the same problem I did with the green, which is that it is a jarring thing to have in the mix. The pink isn't terrible. I actually think I like that purple better. The other thing that you're going to do in addition to saving this as a PDF is just to make sure that you've done any scale adjustments that are necessary, any positional adjustments that are necessary, and that you're happy with all of those things before you save. I'm going to move the ears up a little bit and see if I think that's better. And I actually do think that's better. A little bit more space so that the dot and so forth aren't touching or overlapping anywhere. And when you're happy with it, you're going to save it again, just a normal save. And then you're going to make sure for this one that you do a save as, and that you do it as a PDF, because I do want your type. So springgraphic.pdf or whatever name you give it is what you're going to go for. You're going to click on save. You get a whole extra dialog box with most things Illustrator, but in particular PDFs, you can OK everything that's in here and then do save PDF, and you'll get that version, and the PDF is the one that you're turning in. PDFs don't need to be zipped. You can just upload the finished version of the file. Keep in mind, it needs ears, it needs text, it needs 3 eggs. All of them need to be refined and polished and have the elements similar to what I was showing in the video.